Yo, what's up everybody? This is the homeless experiment. So what I'm going to do, I'll be sitting on this one. It's my climbing net. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on the floor, on the ground. And this is in Russian, like, я хочу домой, I want to go home. With a sign of Almaty Airport to Argentina. Today I was running probably the most contradicting experiment ever. Today I was doing the homeless experiment, which is just like particularly true in a sense that I'm not homeless. I don't have serious needs, at least in perspectives of the Maslow pyramids, which is like on the bottom you have like food, sex, drinks, and some of the Russian people probably would say vodka as well, but in my case it's completely different. In my case it's traveling, and on a Maslow pyramid you can find it like on the third or fourth level. But don't go fast forward so quickly. Let me tell you one thing. Let me introduce this project. This is actually that you sit on the street, you're sort of bucketing or busking, however you call it, which is asking money, whatever help people can give you to chip in with your needs, to support your needs. Hitchhiking, which would be a great example. It took me 2 years actually from the moment I heard of hitchhiking until I actually was able to do hitchhiking, because I was scared of being labeled by society, labeled by the individuals, drivers, my family, my friends, and especially by myself. I wasn't able accepting myself as a hitchhiker. And it took me 2 years. I get over certain things, and I got nurtured a bit more, I get more mature and so on, and eventually I got to the point when I tried hitchhiking. Now, the same amount of time, 2 years approximately, took me to get to the point when yesterday I woke up and I was like, okay, this is a good day to test my will, to stretch my comfort zone. What do I mean by this? That I went to a shoe store to ask for 2 shoe boxes and 1 lid from the shoe boxes, and the lid was going to be the basket sort of where people can throw their money if they think so or do so. And on the sides I made a sign, as you can see it from the videos, хочу домой, which means like I want to go home. And I draw actually Almaty with the airport with an arrow pointing towards the other direction, the other end, which is Argentina. And yes, I gotta make a disclaimer, as you already know. If you don't, you do now. I'm Hungarian, have nothing to do with Argentina, but this is going to be my next base. So partially it was the case because, as you already know from previous episodes, and if you follow my Instagram, tpolgar, YouTube, tpolgar, Facebook, guess what, tpolgar, or just tpolgar.com. So this is going to be my home in the near future. And guys, I went there. This is like, there are a couple hotspots in Shymkent, Kazakhstan, where you can get to meet the beggars, because it's like a massive junction, or in front of a store, or in front of a shopping mall, whatnot. And there are usually 2 sorts of people. Really old people begging for money, with some small disabilities like cannot walk, missing a limb, and so on. I'm not grading them, don't get me wrong, but I just don't wanna, you get the idea. Or the other kind of people, and this is the disgusting part, when these like women, they grab their under 3-year-old child, even children sometimes, and they just like lay on the ground in their dirt shit, and then pointing out to their children or child that, hey, give me food because she needs to eat, he needs to eat. Anyways, I get to the point when I was already mature enough to be able to sit on the street and ask people for money. I grabbed my favorite book, Mitch Albom, Mondays with Maury, Tuesdays with Maury, and I was ready to, I get some water and something to sit on, and I went to the business junction. I sat over there from 1 o'clock till 3 o'clock. It was a Monday, beginning of the week, and my expectation was way worse than the outcome. Interesting. I wasn't optimistic. In fact, I was more like grounded in that matter, because I was expecting 30 people total in 3 hours, and I didn't expect much money, and it wasn't like a disappointing. I didn't want people to prove wrong. It was just a pure soul experiment. And it's not about that I don't have money, but as you know, I'm trying to show people low budget traveling. I want to prove people that yeah, it's possible. You can travel for free, but what you need to do is you need to put your dreams or priorities about traveling ahead of everything else. If we are talking about low budget traveling, certainly. And we are talking about low budget traveling at T Polgar because we want you to guys understand that you don't need much money. In fact, you can get to the point when you should be able to travel completely for free without money. Yesterday's experience was partially about this, but also partially about myself. I wanted to prove myself that okay, I have no fear of sitting on the street asking people for money, not for food, not for paying the rent, bills, whatnot, but actually to follow my dreams that are not unique at all. Traveling around the world, not unique at all. I think most of the people in the world have the same concept about having the best time of their lives, but actually also the idea that measuring whether people are willing to support you when you look healthy, you're dressed nice, you don't seem to be having any crisis in your life going on, and if they are still wanting to chip in your dream, wanting to support you. Fast forward to the 30 minutes, I was already over like 3,000 tenge, which is like nearly $10. I was like, oh, what's going on? What's happening here? And I found it crazy that actually people just chip into that, and most of the people actually chipped in like nearly $1 per person. And there was a lady actually who chipped in like 2,000 tenge, which is like $7. It's insane. Many people gave like over $3, and I was blown away by the experience, by the experience on its own. And I met some friends, and that was actually the threshold when I was meeting my friends, because once it happened, I was exposed to shame, in a sense that I was supposed to feel shit about me, because now I'm grading my reputation, I'm fucking up my reputation, I'm drawing a bad picture here. What people will think, they will rumor and gossip about me behind my back. Certainly it's a common thing, not only here but like in this region. And what happened after that, as I bumped into some friends, some friends bumped into me, sitting and begging. They were just laughing, because guess what, they all understood that it's an experiment, I'm doing it for fun. Yeah, I had a couple who wrote me on Instagram and WhatsApp afterwards. Hey, everything is all right. I see your Instagram story that you're asking for money. Well, what's up? Like, can I help you, someone? No, it's just a social experience. I went, and many people came to me, actually like complete strangers. What the fuck is this? Like, you don't have money? Like, how did you get here? And why don't you work? Like, why don't you have money? And I told everything to everybody, actually, that look, I have a job, I have a profession, I'm an English teacher, I'm not starving. And I told them that look at me, I'm not hungry, I have clothes, I have a place to work, I have a place to sleep, I have a missus here, everything is sorted for me, I have no reason to complain. And I appreciate if you chip in. It's a social experiment. Every single dime, tenge, I'm going to make today will be saved for my travelings. And yes, I'm going to purchase a flight ticket to Argentina or South America. So I didn't lie to anyone. And when friends came to me, hey, I thought you were Hungarian. And many people ask, hey, are you from Argentina? And again, I tell everybody that no, I'm from Hungary, but this is going to be my next home. I'm going to be based in South America, most likely in Argentina, and this is why the note. And people understood. Some people took pictures of me. Some people wanted to take pictures with me. Shot it on Instagram. It was really cool. I really enjoyed it. The people were not judging like those people, hey, piece of shit, like you hungry, you dirt, or whatever. They understood. At least that body language told me that they understand what's going on here. And there were a couple folks actually my age, younger than my age, and they all gathered around me and they just wanted to practice English. It was so nice of them. All they wanted to do is just practice some English, and by doing this they just gather around me. Hey, what's going on? What's your name? Where are you from? What is this whole experiment about it? How can we help you? Do you need help in the first place? And I explained them everything. Some of them were staying around me for 1 hour and we were just talking, chatting. They were practicing English. I was learning about their culture. They were sharing this opinion about me asking for money, how they see this, and once I explained them the whole concept, then they understood much better and they had a different opinion. But this explanation was nothing about actually influencing them. And through that, actually, I felt again a teacher. I felt again what's the vision for me, which is becoming a motivational speaker in the long run. And guys, it was so amazing because every single person who spoke to me in English, they were just like soaking up my words, soaking up my brain, picking up my mind. Why? Because they all have the same dream, vision, traveling around the world, want to travel, but they don't have money. How can I travel? I'm young, I have an education to do, I have a family to be with, I have this and this and this, that and that and that obligations. The bullshit reasons, as you already know, just pure excuses without any profound reasons behind it. And guys, this was the fun part behind this whole concept, because what I came to understand is that they are just seeking for inspiration. Now, I'm not saying that all of them are going to do the same. Start hitchhiking, doing couchsurfing, sleeping in a tent, asking locals if they can sleep at their place, or just sitting on the ground and asking for money from locals. I'm not saying it's all going to happen, especially not overnight. But what I'm saying is that all those folks who were speaking English to me, they understood the bigger picture. They understand that yes, I'm spending here 3 hours, I am exposing myself to vulnerability, to being judged, to discrimination and so on. But the bigger picture is my dream, which is traveling around the world, which is not settling down, which is not getting shocked, getting chickened out if I don't have money, and I see it as an obstacle, an unsolvable obstacle ahead of me to pursue my dream. And I made them understood, and this really felt amazing. This was better than the money I made. This was better than the experience, better than stretching my comfort zone. I made them understand. And through these speeches, I made myself to understand, because I evolve as I speak. There is this speaker, Eric Thomas, and he said, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, you will be successful. And then I applied to this. It was an awake moment for me. When I want to travel, as bad as I want to breathe, I will do whatever is necessary. I undergo my ego, I undergo my self-esteem. I didn't lose any of my self-esteem. I had to lose my ego. That's all I had to lose. It has nothing to do with self-esteem. Self-esteem is solid. It's the way I see it. I think at the end of the day, my self-esteem went up actually, because I was like, fucking cool. I have no boundaries. Society has no power on me. These friends of mine, acquaintances have no power on me. These strangers have no power on me. Those people who judge me and just like show me a face because I'm begging on the street have no power over me. That helped me and supported my self-esteem. But first I had to let my ego shrink down this way, so I could rise by my self-esteem this way. And it was so liberating feeling. The liberating feeling came from the process itself, not necessarily the outcome, but from the process. And they made me understand that, all right, even though society looks down at the beggars, on the people who ask for money, rely on others' help, financial, physical, whatever, because all I could see is traveling around the world. Nothing else mattered. Nothing else mattered. And all I could, in this particular experiment, I was observing myself as a person who needs money for the flight tickets. What can I do? I need to work. All right, I'm an English teacher. How am I supposed to work when it's summer holiday and no courses going on? Massive courses, and the companies at the moment cannot afford my price. And am I going to just whine here and postpone and push it over? No, fuck no. I had to stay in a moment. I had to figure out something, and it was a really good push. My dream is a really good push. It's not the desire for experience, not the desire for stretching your comfort zone, not the desire for creating content for Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, where I run this contents under the name of T. Polgar, as you could have checked it out before. But what was really a button pusher for me is my dream. Dream is to travel. Dream is to not to become stationary. Once you settle down, whether it's temporary or permanent, so damn fucking easy to trick your mind, to fool yourself that, oh, it's not too bad. I have a steady income, I have a person who loves me, I have food to eat, I know where to go to buy the cheapest shit, I know what kind of coupon actions are going on in town, I know where to go for a booze and so on. Of course it's easy. Your mind is not going to drag you to, hey, do something crazy shit, do something experiments that can hurt our ego or even our physical self. No, your mind is going to give you the impulses, the orders that just take it fucking easy, just chill, dude, just chill. It will be so damn fine. To grow beyond my mind, or to change my mind rather, was 2 years, 2 damn years. And that time, I'm happy because I had to do this experiment right here, right now, period. But the 2 years, I had to convince myself that it will be fine, that it's not a biggie, that why the fuck would I care? And actually I'm so damn happy that I even raised the bar without actually testing the bar out before that. I raised it where I was able to run this experiment in the town where I temporarily live, where I work, where I have a circle of people, where I have acquaintances, where I have connections, where I have a sort of reputation as one of the few foreign English teachers, and I was able to run this, being exposed to my acquaintances, people who either respect me or respected me before this experience, or potential employers, potential clients. And I don't care if they judge me, whether it's positive or negative. All I care is that I was able to run this experiment successfully. And here comes the successful part. Guys, I have no secret about this. I made nearly 15,000 tenge, nearly $50 in 3 hours. Now, it's not only a fucking sweet deal here in Kazakhstan, it would be a sweet deal everywhere in the world, just by begging, basically basking. I wouldn't call begging because I was not asking, please give me. No, I was just sitting. You can see it from the videos that I was just chilling and I was reading my favorite book. I was reading my favorite book and talking to people, socializing, and that's what I did. Anyway, so what I was trying to say here, that when I teach, guys, without breaks, if I would teach continuously for 3 hours, I would make the same amount of money. I'm charging 5,000 tenge, which is like, let's say, roughly $17 an hour. But I gotta take a break after 1 hour, 90 minutes at max. And here I was just sitting for 3 hours consequently, and I made the same amount of money. So you get the idea why it's so damn attractive to me and why I'm so psyched about it. Now, the downside of this is actually there were two country journalists. They came there and then they were asking some few questions about me, and then unless I had to ask, hey, are you a journalist? And then they said otherwise they wouldn't even have told me. And what am I doing here? What's my purpose here? Why Shimkent? And why is this a social experiment? What the fuck is this? Why do you need money? And guys, it's insane. They made such a nasty article about me that was disappointing. What was disappointing is actually not the part written about me, but that they involved my missus, and that made it really nasty, and that darkened, actually shaded the whole social experiment, because the social experiment itself was complete ape. It was amazing. I was blown away by the positive outcome. This post effect on this experiment was really nasty. Partially because they faked the facts, the things that I told, and then they started to throw shit not only at me, which is completely fine by me, but at Lazat as well. You could see her from previous episodes. This is her birthplace. Why the fuck they have to deal with it? And then, hey, she's not with our Kazakh guys. Why she's not doing this? Why she's doing that. You get the idea. And then it amplified the volume of this argument, because just last week there was this wedding. A Chinese guy was marrying a Kazakh girl, and the wedding was held in Kazakhstan somewhere, I don't know where. And then Kazakh guys went there and they stopped the wedding. They threatened that they're going to beat fucking everyone if this wedding is going to continue. So they had to stop the wedding, and eventually the wedding didn't take place at all because of this aggression. It's insane. And of course, in other episodes I was already complaining about this, like, discrimination, and Lazat is having all this shit thrown at her face because she's with me, a foreigner, a non-Kazakh, a non-Muslim, a non-person, and this just came into, like, it has nothing to do with her. She has nothing to fucking do. She's not even in the city at the moment. Like, why the fuck you have to take? Same way that you could talk about my sister, or Lazat's mother, or Lazat's friend, or fucking anybody from this town. Because they are not involved. It's a personal choice. I want to stretch my comfort zone. I have the guts to do that, not she, they, you, whatnot. So my conclusion here is that people do help a lot, but they're just starving to consume shit that it's hot, shit that has a strong voice, so they can echo it, they can repeat it, they can comment on it, and by doing so they can attract further attention and generate further, like, excitement, not necessarily, but like more vibe. They can resonate it further on. So this experiment was ran like less than 24 hours ago, and now I am in the news, both online, offline. I am all over Kazakhstan. Instagram is just fucking loud about me in Kazakhstan and my project. I'm gaining followers, and you should be one of them as well. I mean, guys, if you want to get deep into this shit, or just practice Kazakh and Russian language, whatever, then you should definitely check out those articles. We are going to post them in the comments as well. They are funny. They are just ridiculously funny, and the amount of, like, the distribution is like 33. Like, some people say, oh, it's cool, good luck for you guys, good luck for tea, it's really nice idea that you are able to do this, you put your dreams ahead of everything else. And others like, yeah, why are you criticizing that? This is his choice. How can you judge people without talking to them, without knowing their reasons? And this is the nature. I really dig this one, because These are the people who accept that they don't act upon this, they wouldn't do this, but they don't fucking judge because it's none of their fucking business. And sorry to say that, but given the post, given the comments, Russian people are neutral about it. Because it's none of their fucking business. They have never done this, they don't have the desire to do this, they respect me for doing this, but it's not their deal. However, like Kazakh people, it's super cool, I would love to do this one day, it's my dream as well, traveling around the world. They just like to be loud, whether it's positive or negative. And then the negative part is when they were just like, this Kazakh girl has no no standards, what kind of self-esteem does she have? She's going out with this foreigner. Why is this guy here in the first place? Who wanted to have this guy here? He should get the fuck out of here, but we are not going to pay any money to him. So they just like throwing shit. So the overall experience was more than neutral. It was positive because of the amount of help I get. And I understand that people have too much free time, but not so much of personal strength for dreaming and pursuing dreams. They have strength for dreaming. Everybody has the strength to dream, I suppose, but they don't have the courage and the willpower to pursue those dreams. They have also loads of time on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and so on. So this time they do this. Здравствуйте. Хочешь сидите? Хочешь сидите? Давай. And what they want to do actually is that they simply just want to get involved in others' life. They want to be engaged and they want to see busy. And it's not only here, it happens like in societies where pursuing dreams is not as appealing as just sitting on the bus and scrolling on a fucking Instagram, or going home and checking YouTube, or going on Contact or Facebook, whatever. And I truly believe that this this attitude is like a magnet, attracts those people attention for negativity, for shit, for something which is easily digestible, like news like this. But you can be easily be a troll, you can be easily a judge, an expert, because you just have to share your opinion, type it and throw it out, hoping that someone's gonna be hit by that, whether it's positive or negative. And of course, the more likes you get, the more encouragement you get. And then suddenly people you have never met, they came out and saying that, yes, I've heard this guy, he's doing this and this and this, again echoing someone else's opinion. But nevertheless, guys, here's the punchline. Let's put aside the negative parts for a second, because it's just the power of the internet and the people who misuse the internet and don't know how to treat internet well. Putting aside all of that, I gotta thank you so much for these people in Shymkent, Kazakhstan, who chipped into my flight tickets, who proved me wrong and showed me that yes, people help you to manifest your dreams. Even though if it's not about buying liposhka, buying sour cream, buying like just food or clothes, or paying your bills, so you're not going to be deported or kicked out from your leased house. Thanks for watching this experiment. I really hope that we could give you something today, because we were excited about this. We didn't know what's the outcome. We didn't expect such a good outcome, and we didn't expect such a huge echo of this experiment. But nevertheless, we are all happy and pumped about this experiment. I'm looking forward getting the next stage of this. Without you guys, it wouldn't have happened. The people who have chipped in, the people who are watching this video, wouldn't have happened. This is why we have this slogan: you, with a little bit of me, are shaping society. Bye.